What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, now targeted for late 2020 behind closed doors. Both men scored a stay busy knockout this summer to keep them busy, which is a good thing. As the UK continues to struggle with the coronavirus, Frank Warren has accepted the fruitlessness of waiting to stage Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce until a live audience is feasible. Okay. Queensberry Promotions has announced that Dynamite and Juggernaut have came to terms to meet behind closed doors in either late November or early December. Okay. Of course, Dubois is 15-0 and 14 KOs, and Joe Joyce is 11-0 with 10 KOs. Of course, they were planned to meet in April, then July, then October. And all those dates have damn near passed except October. So, based on what we have, they have decided to fight behind closed doors. What do I think about that? I think the normal progression of what's going on in the world is inevitable. Okay? I think that the fighters, I think it's always supposed to have been up to the fighters, because if it was up to the promoters, they would wait around and wait these fighters around and have them dragging and being rusty and get rusty, and they really won't make the money. They won't progress as fighters for the sake of the promoters' desire to wait to a live gate. You know, fruitlessness, right? That's what they call it. But at the end of the day, they must fight. So what Frank Warren is doing with Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce is only a prototype to what he should be doing with bigger fights. Okay, he knows his fighter Tyson Fury wants to fight, so he needs to get him a fight. And I think he needs to talk to Bob Arum and share this with Bob Arum. Use this example of what Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois is doing to a much bigger platform. Okay, now as far as Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury goes, I think it should be the exact same thing, because the biggest fight we already know is Joshua Pulev, the mandatory fight, the IBF, okay, with all the other belts on the line minus the WBC. That's behind closed doors. So I think you should get with the program, and I think Frank Warren, if the fighters want it, I think it should be, because it's like, hey, would you rather wait for nothing, or wait to a date for a particular time that we don't know when, or would you settle for something now? That's the question you ask yourself, and it's got an answer. Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce, they can't wait. They had a set date. If everybody waited, that means we will have no fights. That means the fighters won't fight, so we won't have no progression in the sport. We need progression in the sport because other sports are progressing. So we need to progress. So Frank Warren did a good idea, but I think he should share this information and duplicate this with bigger fights. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.